welcome to Prime Property, your weekly real estate reckoner. I'm Nayantara Rai, and this is what we have on the show today. Disappointed the property market is not picking up, Finance Minister Arun JAITLEY in an exclusive interview pins his hopes on a lower interest rate regime. We revisit Noida, yet another crisis grips the city's property market. The government says the Indian economy will grow at 7.5% to 8% this year. However, the property market continues to slug it out. Sales across the country have not improved. I asked the Finance Minister Arun JAITLEY why that is the case, and also if interest rates should come down further in the rest of 2015.
I am anticipating a good rate of growth. We probably will cross last year's figure. And compared to what's happening in the rest of the world, it's going to be very significantly higher. Now, to translate into consumption, that has to increase. Domestic demand has to increase. It depends on a large number of factors. Rural demand may depend on the monsoons, which obviously for 2 consecutive years has been less than normal. So that's one area which we are of concern. Secondly, now that over the last 12 months or 13 months, the repo rates have come down 125 basis points. So I think the Reserve Bank has done well to balance growth with inflation, and therefore the rates have been moving downwards. The banks are now in the process of passing over. Only part of it has been passed over. So as the interest rates go down, then the possibility of people going in for housing, etc., will increase. As far as auto sales are concerned, the auto sales are on the rise. And now with the festival season coming, new models are going to come, interest rates are down. And during the festival season, I think there will be a reasonable amount of boom as far as auto sales are concerned and other purchases are concerned. Real estate is a key driver. And therefore, we've had a lot of surplus capacity as far as real estate is concerned. People are waiting for the rates, etc., to come down. And as the housing rates come down, I think the real estate also will pick up.
There is a lag of about 90 basis points in the system, which is not being passed on by the banks. It's your first interview since the governor cut rates by 50 basis points. What is your conversation with banks been like? Are they going to pass that on? And do you think the governor should also cut rates the rest of 2015 or at least by 31st of March?
That's an assessment which the RBI has to make. And I must say to the credit of RBI that RBI has done a fair job. If over a period of the last 12-13 months, 125 basis points has been cut down, everybody has to concede that RBI has done well as far as that is concerned. Now, what they do in future will depend on how the inflation targets are met. And I think we must trust their judgment. Now, as far as the banks are concerned, the banks have 2 concerns. They say we didn't raise the rates when the repo rates were going up. We were below the red line. And therefore, we'll always be a little away from what the kind of cuts that the RBI gives. Secondly, a lot of them are also concerned about their own balance sheets because let's be very clear, the banks have been under stress. Banks have been under stress, A, because of some wrong decisions they must have taken in the past, B, because of sectors like steel, sectors like highways, power, stalled projects. And I say that with a sense of responsibility that the previous government did virtually nothing in relation to these sectors.
Cheaper home loans might help the property market, but it's unlikely to recover unless people's disposable incomes rise. Well, let's move away from the macros. Today we're putting the spotlight on Noida.
Nothing goes smooth when some people have vested interest.
तो बिल्डर्स और पूंजीपतियों जो भूमाफिया टाइप के आदमी हैं, ग्राम सभा की जमीन जो रिजर्व लैंड होती है, तालाब की, शमशान की, आबादी की, इन सब पर अवैध कब्जा करके अपनी बिल्डिंगें खड़ा कर लिया है.
The person who has done all this, he doesn't know the rules. He doesn't know the process.
इसमें मूल रूप से आम्रपाली और सुपरटेक और जगत फार्म मार्केट बना हुआ है.
Some calls has come to us. They are telling, okay, we have disturbed you. Fine. Okay, fine. Disturb. Please ask the authorities. Please ask the government. The developers are only bechara. Nobody is there to help him. If the system is bad, why we are only bad?
Faulty land acquisition, illegal encroachments, and an alleged BABU-BUILDER nexus once again haunts hundreds of home buyers in Noida. this time round, the high-rise towers of SUPERTECH and AMRAPALI face the prospect of being razed down to the ground in 2 months' time. A commercial project by local builder ARUN spread across 35,000 square meters, garnering over 200 crore rupees in rent per month, may also be demolished.
ग्रेटर नोएडा गौतमबुद्ध नगर जिले में रेवेन्यू अथॉरिटी, कलेक्टर अथॉरिटी के मिली भगत से बिल्डर्स और पूंजीपतियों जो भूमाफिया टाइप के आदमी हैं, ग्राम सभा की जमीन जो रिजर्व लैंड होती है, तालाब की, शमशान की, आबादी की, इन सब पर अवैध कब्जा करके अपनी बिल्डिंगें खड़ा कर लिया है। आज ये मामला कोर्ट में लाया गया तो कोर्ट ने डीएम गौतमबुद्ध नगर को आदेश दिया कि 2 महीने के अंदर जो भी अवैध निर्माण इंक्रोचमेंट हुआ है उन्हें खाली करा करके जमीनों की स्थिति पुनः बहाल की जाए। इसमें मूल रूप से आम्रपाली और सुपरटेक और जगत फार्म मार्केट बना हुआ है।
The Allahabad High Court verdict comes on the back of a 2011 landmark ruling of the Supreme Court on encroachments by real estate developers on a public pond in Punjab. In that 2011 judgment, Justice Marakande Kaju called the builders trespassers that used the muscle of power and money to encroach upon Gram Panchayat land. Justice Kaju wrote, and I quote him, "We are of the opinion that such kind of blatant illegalities must not be condoned. They must be ordered to remove their constructions, and possession of the land in question must be handed back to the Gram Panchayat. Regularizing such illegalities must not be permitted because it is Gram Sabha land which must be kept for the common use of villagers of the village. We cannot allow the common interest of the villagers to suffer merely because of the authorized occupation has subsisted for many years," unquote. Based on this very Supreme Court verdict, the Allahabad High Court in 2012 had instructed district magistrates to carry out surveys of properties allegedly built on land belonging to public utilities. In 2013, the petitioner, Jan Kalyan Seva Trust, had approached the district collector complaining real estate developers had encroached on public pond and a cemetery. The petitioner now claims the builders are AMRAPALI, SUPERTECH and JAITLEY. The petitioner moved the Allahabad High Court once again, alleging the district collector did not act against the illegal encroachments. The Allahabad High Court, citing the 2011 Supreme Court verdict, instructed the district magistrate of Greater Noida to act against any illegal encroachments. The petitioner claims these are the affected projects: SUPERTECH Eco Village 1, AMRAPALI La Residencia, and a commercial project by JAITLEY. SUPERTECH, whose Eco Village 1 project starts at 25 lakh rupees an apartment, says, and I quote, "SUPERTECH has not been constructing any of its project or part of any project either on a cremation ground or a water body. Every project of SUPERTECH is safe and is not involved in any such controversy," unquote. This will be SUPERTECH's second project that faces the threat of being demolished. These 2 towers of the SUPERTECH Emerald Court, again in Noida, had been ordered for demolition last year, and an appeal is currently being heard at the Apex Court. This is the latest crisis to grip Noida's property market. First, a farmer agitation in 2011 that reached all the way to the Supreme Court, that was finally disposed of in the favor of buyers in May of this year. Then there was a retrospective ban against real estate activity by the National Green Tribunal that had left the fate of 60,000 home buyers hanging in the balance for 2 years. That had been reversed by the Environment Minister just 45 days back. Like SUPERTECH, AMRAPALI says it's done nothing wrong and all its projects are safe. I'm going to get you an interview with the AMRAPALI chairman after this short break. Stay tuned.